Where are you calling from, please? Area code 662. Go ahead. You're live on the air. 662 going once, going twice. Okay, nobody there. All right, we are going to go to area code 470. Area code 470. You were live on the air. Go right ahead.
Yes, sir. This is me, Brian Donovan. How you doing, Blair? What's going on, my brother?
Not bad, not bad. Who's this?
This is Brian Donovan, 470.
Hey, Brian, what's going on, man? How you feel, man?
I'm good, brethren. I'm good. First of all, congrats to the show, man. I think this is good to have this kind of platform for the brothers, you know?
Appreciate it. Where are you calling from, Brian?
From ATL, man.
All right, ATL, awesome. Right. Go ahead with your thought or question.
Yeah, well, I just definitely like to inject a thought here, man, and which is a very good question, because you know, I think it would be good if a lot of sisters would be able to listen in on this, whatever, because you guys are touching on some really good points when it comes to that, and. But my thoughts initially, man, when you think about women and their choices in men, is first off how they were raised and what was the first examples and the first images that they saw of what they called a man or what they perceived as a man or what was, any man or male in their life or anything that represented or appeared to have masculine energy. Masculinity, and so that's the first thing that I always like to understand or try to know when I'm getting to know a woman is how she was raised and who she was raised by. And if she didn't have a male figure in her life, didn't have a man or father figure in her life, or males, whatever, then also her mother or the person raised her, what was their perception and idea of a man or what a man is?
Correct. Right.
And I think when it comes to us, especially black folk, African American, however you want to label us, is that's very important, man, because we know a lot of the broken homes and what we've come, a lot of sisters, what they've come from, what they've come up under, when it comes to males or men in their lives and male images, we know some of the examples that they had to see, and also what they begin to define or how they begin to depict men based on their mothers, examples from their mothers, their aunts, and relatives and things of that nature, and so, but a lot of this stuff, man, when it comes to us and it comes to the brothers with as far as that, with the thug thing, I heard you guys touching on that with the bad boys and, and the thugs and stuff like that. And I think mainly the main thing is with those kind of guys is that a lot of women, one of the reasons that they may have a certain a level of respect for those kind of guys is, for one, they could feel safe with that guy. They feel like he can be able to protect me. And so two things, guys, is very important. It's provision and protection when it comes to women. And the other thing when it comes to the sexual piece, and I heard, brother, you was begin to, you kind of elaborate on the sexual part, is that usually when a guy, a lot of times, when he's able to perform certain ways sexually, which a lot of those guys do or whatever, because, and you also mentioned how, some guys, when, their interests are into other things and they're prioritizing their life, trying to make a life for themselves legitimately and trying to build a career or what have you, then they kind of got a different approach to that thing and sex. And you know what I mean? And so a lot of times these guys that are thugs or like that, that's one of the things that they pride themselves into, because sometimes it usually is some other things that's missing or lacking. You got what I'm saying?
Right.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So that's very important to them that they do that and perform. And with women, is somehow in their psyche and psychologically that when the man, he's able to perform a certain way like that sexually, then it kind of automatically makes them feel like he'll be able to protect me. That's how they see it. Yeah, so that thing kind of tie hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? With how he performs sexually, because And think about it, really, guys, it goes much deeper when it comes to even slavery. Think about our men and think about black folks, period, that how they used to mate us, you know, and that your worth or what you were worth had a lot to do with how you was able to produce, how you was able to reproduce. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
right.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So now we see where the sexual prowess and where it was so important with the black man. And not only that, what also happened through what they did to the black man, rape black men and stuff like that. And I know that's something that's tough for brothers to hear and think about, you know, that those things happen, you know what I'm saying, that they would do to guys. So another thing is that's something just like you guys that's been in prison and a lot of times whatever, that's kind of trying to overcompensate for their masculinity or trying to, you know, like really in this quest to prove their manhood in certain ways, you know, and that's part of it too. Like, if I can get these more women I get, and more women I can sex, and more women that I can knock down, and I can, you know, perform in the bedroom, that I can slay, that I can lay out in that bedroom, you understand? Then that somehow would boost his testosterone and make him feel more like he the man. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
Absolutely.
So, but I mean, I want to let you guys kind of interject on some of those thoughts. I don't want to just keep rambling. You know what I'm saying? But that's kind of my perspective. I mean, I got some more stuff too, but you know.
Those are some very good thoughts and everything. So,
yep, absolutely.
Ted, do you want to say something about that?
No. Let's get another caller. Let's get another person on the line.
Okay. All right. Hold on just a minute. Brian, thank you so much for calling in. I greatly appreciate it, and hope you have a good rest of your evening, and hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Definitely, brother. Appreciate it, man. You're welcome.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate your call. Take care.
All right. We got another caller coming in. Area code 718. Area code 718. Go right ahead.
718.
Area code 718. Going
New York.
once.
Maybe they just want to listen, Blair. They just want to listen.
Yeah, that's possible. Going once, going twice. All right. We are going to go to area code 848. 848, go right ahead. You are live and on the air.
Hey, how you doing there? This is Dwayne Santos.
Dwayne.
Calling from New Jersey. Yeah, you know.
Wayne Santos. Are you related to this or you related to this other Santos on the line?
Yeah, that's my cousin. You know, that's my cousin.
I already don't know. I don't know about you, Wayne. I don't know. I'm gonna listen, but go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you know, and I'm gonna speak based on my experience. You know, I mean, I'm a lot older now. You know, and you know, as far as like men, or I should say boys, you know, because I was once that age where, you know what, I wanted to hit everything, anything, you know, as possible. You know, and as you get older, it kind of slows down. You know, now I'm married, so, you know, I'm not out there on the market or anything like that there. But, you know, what it comes down to for me, I would say, you know, when I used to be out there, I had dated this, well, it really wasn't dating, but I was seeing this girl, and she said she wanted to be friends. Okay, and I said, okay, I was with it. And then soon we got intimate, she, you know, all of a sudden she wanted a relationship. So, you know, but I didn't want a relationship because, you know, it was like, hey, listen, you know, this is what you said. And I agreed on it. You agreed, you know, that we were just going to be friends with benefits, you know. And it's so funny because we were intimate one night. I took her home. I picked up another girl, and she saw me with the other girl on South Orange Avenue. And I denied that it was me, you know, because she called me. She's like, I saw you, you know, and the girl was all up under you, you know. And I said, that wasn't me. And I said, that was probably my cousin, because when I loaned him the car.
And blamed it on me, Blair. Blamed it on me.
That's what I did. I said, if you see my cousin Teddy, they say we look alike, you know. So if you see him, you definitely see me in him, you know, because we look so much alike.
Basically, you made Teddy the fall guy, is what you're saying.
Right, yeah, that's what I had to do, you know, and I just think that, if a man is into a woman, okay, he's going to bring her home. He's going to do anything as possible to impress her. You know, he's going to bring her home to meet the parents. He's going to go out his way. You know, he'll get
Dwayne,
up in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Dwayne,
yes.
Dwayne, why do you think the women will still stick with the bad boys? So that woman who saw you with another woman, was she still trying to tame you or reel you in, pull you into a relationship? Right. So what do you think was going on with her? Why do you think she was trying to do that?
Because she wanted something she couldn't have. That's why. And a lot of times when that happens, it becomes a challenge for a woman, even a man. It becomes a challenge. You know, I want something that I can't have. So now you're chasing it. You're trying to get it to. Trying to get her to change her mind, like, you know, I'll do anything. I'm this good guy. That's because she's the one that's in charge. You know, I've been on that side of the fence, you know, where the woman was in control. But then once I got control, I was like, okay, now I got control of this relationship. Now I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. Now I'm gonna dog her. Everything is gonna change.
And did she still have interest? Was she still interested in you? Even though she was interested in me for a long time. You know, finally, even though you were being the wrong guy for her, she was still interested.
Right. She was still. She actually had a boyfriend, and the thing is, if I ran into her and saw her, we hooked up, even though she had a boyfriend. You know, so I mean, and like I said, it's because something you can't have. You know, so it's different. You know, once you that challenge and you overcome that challenge, then you know everything changes.
So a woman could want a bad boy. She could want a bad boy because she feels like she can't. Like the other guys are saying, they want to tame him, and if she feels like she can't, it's like I can't tame him and completely have him. So I want that challenge.
Right. That's what she wants.
Agree with that.
It's a challenge.
I agree with that.
You know, so
Wayne, I appreciate it. I appreciate you calling in. We got about 6 more callers we got to get to and everything. So just hang on the line and just listen to the show. So thanks so much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Wayne.
All right.
Talk to you later.
All right. Enjoy your evening. Okay. Next we have. Let's see, we have area code 404. 404, you're calling in right now. Go right ahead.
Well, hello. How is everyone?
Hello.
Oh, she's calling. Hey, how are you, man?
All right. So I'm Maria, and the thing that I want to address a couple of things, if I might.
Maria, just quickly,
the first,
calling from, please.
Oh, I'm calling from Phoenix City, Alabama.
Phoenix City, Alabama. Okay, awesome. Go right ahead with your comment, questions, whatever. Go right ahead.
Well, I'm going to make a couple of comments, if I could. I've listened to a couple of the gentlemen that just spoke, and I chuckled because the first thing that I would like to say, gentlemen, is that every woman is different. So you can never sum us up and decide that this is what we are. You can't do it. And especially because I heard someone mention earlier, I think it was 2 calls back, the gentleman was talking about he'd like to, you hear about women who had father experiences and different experiences with men. So one of the books that I'm writing currently is about how the men in the world shape the women in the world. My father was strong.
I want you to repeat that. How the women in the world. Say that again. Who shapes who?
Men shape women.
Okay, got it. Men shape women. Okay.
Correct. And the thing that I want to say about. Well, I'm getting ready to go there for you.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
All right. So the premise is this. From the time women come into the world, if they have a father or not, we're being shaped by that man, either in his presence or his absence. We spend our entire lives trying to please a man in one way or another. We're looking for approval.
Okay.
Once we mature and begin to understand who we are as an individual, we then understand which type of man and what type of approval we need from a particular type of man. So I've listened to what the gentlemen were talking about, and the thug and the businessman and the whole ideas of sex and all of that. But the basis of all of this is about the woman figuring out who she is first. And we do, by nature, innately, we're looking for the approval of a man. Now, I'm going to have some women who say that they don't. But everything we do for a man in one way or another. And this is coming from a woman.
Okay.
So let me just start with this. Because when my father would come in the door when I was a little girl, I never ran to my mother. I ran to my father. Because all I wanted him to do was pick me up, hug me, kiss me, and give me the affection of a man. It set the tone for every other man in my life, including my 5 brothers.
Okay.
And as I became a wife in a 20-year marriage, same thing. I'm still looking for that man.
Okay. What are your let me defer. I'm sorry, go ahead, Ted.
No, go ahead, Blair. Go ahead.
I was going to say, let me defer to the other 2 gentlemen, Elton and Felipe. I believe you guys are still on the line. What are your thoughts on that?
Felipe, are you still there?
They're still showing.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Is this Felipe?
Yeah, this is Felipe.
Okay. What are your thoughts on what the young lady said?
I agree. When she touched on women seeking the approval of men,
he dropped out.
Felipe? Okay, we'll come back to Felipe here.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're here. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, we're in this era where a lot of women say that they don't need or seek the approval of men, but their actions show that they want the attention or the approval of men. And as she stated, when you see a woman shaped either by the absence of a man or the presence of a man, at the end of the day, it creates her reality. And with a male being the basis of her reality, he also becomes the fulfillment of that reality, if that makes sense.
Okay.
That makes perfect sense.
So in
Blair,
a lot of ways...
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Keep going. In a lot of ways, keep going.
Yeah. So in a lot of ways, whether it's negative or positive, she brings in what she feels like is going to complete her. Whether that's if she feels that she needs to basically show the world that she's that woman, she may take that bad guy and try to shape him into something other than what he is, or at least make an honest effort at it. And but then on the flip side, you might see that woman who tries to make it work with what she believes to be a good guy, even if that's not what she desires. But she feels like that's what everyone wants to see her do. So she has that in the back of her mind, like, I've been raised by the pastor, So I have to be with a good guy, even if that good guy doesn't make her feel alive. She still feels like she has to try to deal with that type of guy. And it just causes a huge conflict of interest. And a lot of times the male ends up getting hurt because he's made his best effort at being that good guy. And at the end of the day, she just doesn't want him.
Right.
Okay.
Hey, Blair, let's see if we can get another call. Let's pull another call in. See if we can. We have anyone else down by Atlanta or something?
We got 1, 2, 6, 7. We have 9 callers going in. So let me try to get all the calls come in. I'm going to do it in sequential order. Give me just a minute. Area code 504. You are on the line. Go right ahead.
Yeah, this is Elton. I know you guys. Hello.
Yep. Elton.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah.
Oh, Elton. Okay. All right. Yeah, Elton. Hold the line for just a minute. Just stay on the line, please. All right. We have next area code 470. 470. If you were on the line, you were on the air, go right ahead. Area code 470. You are live. Going once.
Well, if this,
going
hello.
Twice. Hello. 470. Are you there? 470.
Who's calling? What's your name?
Hello.
All right, we're gonna go to the next. We're gonna go to the next call. Take too long. All right, 848 area code. 848 area code. You were on the You were on there. Go right ahead, please. 848 area code. Going once. Going twice.
They just want to listen. Okay.
All right. Now we're gonna go to area code 662. Area code 662. You were on the air.
Hey, Blair, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello.
I can hear you.
Hello.
Say your name and where you're calling from, please.
Hey, Blair, this is Stephanie Cox. I'm from Oxford, Mississippi.
Hello,
Stephanie Cox. How are you?
I'm good. Can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
Hear you loud and clear. Go right ahead. What are your thoughts or questions, please?
You know what? I just want to say this. I don't know how old everyone is, but I've definitely taken some boogers for the team, but I do agree with finding myself. I also agree with where you are in your career. That whole bad boy and sex thing, I think they need to throw that out of the window because really no man tries to please us. We just kind of get in there and show you what we need, and you just kind of figure it out. But I think it is about goals. I think once you become – I just recently got out of a relationship because he was a dreamer, and I'm a dreamer, but I don't want to live under a bridge. And so in the process of a year, I lost an amazing job, lost my home, and then built it all back up, and he was just still kind of dreaming. And I was like, you know what, you're a great dude, but I'm out of here. I mean, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. So I think it definitely comes down to where you are as far as how mature you are and, communication. I mean, I've had some bad boys. I don't dare judge all men the same. And that's the love.
Well, Stephanie, what made you choose bad boys?
You know what? They were fine. They were hot. I mean,
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the love. They looked good with me, and they're okay in bed. Not gonna knock them, but that's basically what it was. They would come and scoop me up. They would take me. If I said, "Hey, my car's broken," Suge and Johnny on the spot was right there. So of course I went home and knocked back a couple. So yeah, that's why. But now that I've figured out my career, I figured out where I'm going and I'm going to be. My son's grown, and now that I'm traveled and versed, I mean, I can kind of pick you out in a few days, if not a few weeks. You're going to say something stupid, and I'm going to definitely watch those red flags. And I think that's what we women don't do. We kind of cover up the red flags. Like if you guys have one eye, we're just going to go out and try to find you a new eye. I mean, so now I'm just like, hey, you got one eye, I'm not feeling that, holla at you. But I think we don't look at the red flags.
So
that's why.
I want to ask the two ladies. The same two questions. If you meet a guy and you think he's a bad boy, will you still entertain him? And the second question is, you both talked about women maturing. On average, generally speaking, how long do you think, what age do you think it takes for a woman to be mature? I'm asking both
this is Stephanie. I'm
ladies.
going to speak up. Okay, well, I think being raised in the South, it's a little different from city life. I think by 25, a bub should come on. Definitely by 30, a bub should be on, and you should kind of be guiding, kind of floating and figuring it out. I think by 25, between 25 and 30, by 35, you should be definitely on your path to happiness, and I guess consider freedom if you're going to pay off bills and do all of that. I think it's all. And you asked the question about the bad boy. Ask me that again. I really didn't know they were bad boys until I got in it. I didn't realize they were bad boys until I got in it. And then when I realized that, I was like, oh, okay, you bad boy.
So if you met a guy now and he was a bad boy, would you still entertain him?
No. Like yesterday? Oh, no. I was like, oh, please. No. Bad boy, had a lot of money, nice cars, and you know what? He tried and tried. And I said, no. See, I know what a heartbreak feels like for real, and I know what started it, so I'm not going to go there again. It's just smart.
Okay. All right. And I forget, what's the other woman, the other lady? What's your name again?
I'm here, Maria.
Maria, right, Maria.
Yes.
And so for you, if you meet a bad boy, would you still, and I assume, are you still married?
No, I am not. And first of all, let me clarify. I never addressed really the whole bad boy thing, and the reason why I didn't is because I don't really subscribe to that personally. I don't really look at what. So let me answer you. I would never do a bad boy because I'm not into boys, number one. Number two, I'm not into any man that doesn't have discipline.
Good. Okay. And how old do you think?
Okay, so that takes care of that.
Got it.
Okay, and to answer part B, I think that here again, I can't give you a number because I was mature very early in life. And so it really depends on, and I do want to kind of reference what one of the gentlemen said earlier about having a father, maybe older brothers who are mature in your life, men who actually have some type of governing over you when you're younger and showing you things and helping you to understand things. When you have that sets a tone. So when you meet men on the street, they can't sell you a bill of goods because you've already been schooled. So the maturity might really, so the age was not really the thing. Is what have you had around you to help build you up before you come against the different types of men so that you can gauge. So there's no age.
And when you said you matured early, what age would that have been?
Before I really, really started to understand things, I was somewhere between, say, 25 and 35. Because different things opened up to me. Different things.
No, you're in alignment with what Stephanie is saying.
Absolutely.
So you all are kind of consistent with that.
Oh, but Blair, let me say this. I did not mature at an early age. I mean, I was going out of the country with no passport on a private plane with people. How stupid is that? I was not mature. If you look good, you smell good, I wanted to touch it, feel it, see it. So I didn't mature. It took me maybe 3 or 4 bad boys, not necessarily sexually, but to have my heart broken or just tear me down to the bottom. And then I was like, you know what? I don't care how good it looks, how good it smells, how good it sounds. If it is not going to give my shanana a good feeling after the first week or so, I'm out. And I think that's what we women don't do. We don't get out early enough. We stay with bad boys.
I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. We don't cut the ties when the ties need to be cut early.
Right.
Men do it all the time, but women won't do that.
Well, let me ask you a follow-up question to that. So the follow-up question is, if you don't get out early enough, do you think it's possible that you're now engaging a guy who's may not have your best interest, and you may be developing, I'll call them bad relationship habits? Do you think that happens? And then when you meet the right guy, you've developed all these bad habits that it can actually sabotage or hurt your chances with a really great guy.
I'll say yes. Well, go ahead.
Well, I'll say for me, on basing it on, I'm just in my head, maybe a relationship or two. Yes, but I've encountered many nice guys. So that one messing it up with the good guy, it only took me one time to mess it up with the good guy, and I never did it again. Because there's always an almost.
You learned the lesson. You learned the lesson.
Yeah, definitely. It didn't take me.
Good.
It didn't take me more than one. And yes, I did.
Okay.
And you're going to know with a bad boy. I mean, if they're not uplifting your career, if you guys are not motivating each other, communicating, if you're rolling your eyes when he picks up the phone and you're faking it in bed, get out. I can't say it enough. Get out.
Okay. Maria?
That's good.
Maria?
Okay. See, and she and I have different perspectives in this. I agree with what she said, except I didn't have the experiences about the whole, in the bed stuff. It's more on another level for me. The interactions that I would have with a man outside of a bedroom, how he handles business, how he relates to people outside the home with me. Those are the things that I'm looking at. How does he handle business for himself? If he's making a lot of foolish decisions, I look at that to see how he would make decisions for he and I at home. So I'm gauging all of those things. And so to answer that question originally, the answer is yes, until you figure out who you are and what you want. Then you don't waste, I don't waste a moment with a man who I can see in the first conversation, we're not even on the same page. I will talk to you, but I'm not spending another moment in the direction that he wants to go. That's not going to happen.
Now, I agree with that. I definitely agree with her on that. When I got it, I didn't even entertain. The conversation. I just was like, hey, let's. And I wasn't rude about it. I was just like, hey, let's not waste anyone's time because I'm not interested.
All right, Blair, we have another person. Or what do you want to do here?
I was going to say we have a few more callers, and we actually coming to the close of the show. So, Stephanie and Maria, both, thank you so much for all of your comments and commentary. We greatly appreciate it. Hope you enjoy your evening, and hope you listen to the rest of the show.
And thank you for being so open and honest, ladies. Thank you for that contribution.
Thank you so much, ladies. Okay, so now for the callers who I have who are trying to get in, please just hold the line, and we promise we will get to you. We are going to go to another Atlanta, area code 404. You are live and on the air. Go right ahead.
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen?
Hey, how you doing today?
Hey, what's going on, Mr. Santos and Blair?
Hey, this is Corell, yes?
What's up, Corell? It is, sir.
How you doing, man?
Doing excellent. Excellent. Go right ahead.
Well, hey, I just got 3 points on this topic, and I'm glad you guys did this because we hear a lot. I feel personally that there's an assault on masculinity and manhood, especially in the African American community, through social media, news, and other platforms. And I just came up with these 3 things. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
with regard to a woman picking a good man. First of all, I don't know nothing about what a woman thinks, but this is what I looked for in a woman with the mentality I needed to grow with. One, home training. Hey, if a woman grew up never seeing a good man, solid man leave the household, it's more than likely she won't be able to recognize a good man when she sees one.
Okay.
Under that point, why would you train up a person for 18 years to fly, to drive a NASCAR, all right? And then when the big race comes, 18 years, at the end of that 18 years of training, you want that person to fly a fighter jet. The person's not going to be ready, it's not going to be qualified, and if they do manage to get the plane off the ground, it's not going to fly straight. Number two, society. So number one, home training. Starts with parents, right? Number two, society. I believe in the black community, I don't think that we as a collective know and or agree with what is a good man and what isn't a good man. The term good is subjective, but I don't think we can really sit down and have that discussion. Number two, B part of under two. How can we hold anyone, especially our youth, to a standard that's non-existent, especially we older men or older ladies, like the two beautiful ladies that spoke, doesn't have a consistent ideology as to what a man is and hold our young folks to their standard. And number three, this is where it gets to the individual, the individual woman. Number three, vetting system. When I talk to women, they say, ain't no good man out here and whatnot. I say, well, what is your vetting system for classifying a good man or not? Most of them they don't even know what vetting is,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
B part, like, for example, in the military, when we have sources in intel world, when we got sources that need to collect information, we don't send them out there to collect on life and we just met the guy. We give them smaller tasks, medium and bigger tasks. We vet the person to make sure he is who we say he is before we send him out there to do what we need them to do to get the information and or collect so we can make an informed decision. So that's what vetting is, all right? So number B, under three. Do you know the difference between a subjective asset and an objective asset? All right? Are you logically choosing a man or are you emotionally choosing a man? One lady was talking about being looking good or being good in the sheets. Well, that's subjective to what you think. And then the other lady was talking about having a good conversation. Is this person educated? I can prove he got a degree. Does he have a career? I can prove he has a career. Does he own his own home at a certain age? These are things that I can tangibly put my hand on. And a lot of our sisters, they all want what they want, the glittering gold, all right? And then see up under that.
Right.
I believe
Correll, let me just interject real quick. We got about 10 minutes left on the show, and we got about 5 more callers to get to. So if you can kind of pare those down just a little bit and everything, take about 30 seconds to just kind of get that, because I got a few more calls I want to get to.
I only got 2 more points up under that vetting system. One,
go right ahead.
You date your esteem level, and the last one is you are the only constant in all the men you dated. If there are no good men, then you might be the problem in that equation. I'm done. Thanks, guys, for letting me talk.
All right, thanks, Corell.
Appreciate it, Corell. Enjoy your evening, and hope you keep listening to the show, man.
I'll continue to support.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you for calling in, sir.
Thank you.
All right. That was Corell, and next we are going to go to area code 832. Area code 832. You are live and on the air. 832 area code.
Yes, I'm sorry. I had my phone on mute.
That's okay.
How are you?
I would have to agree. I just came in probably about 5 minutes ago, so I caught the tail end of what the young ladies were saying and then all of what Corell said. And I would have to agree because growing up, everyone in my family were either divorced or they were single. And so I learned early on that I didn't know what I wanted in a man, but I knew what I didn't want. It took me...
Wait 1 second. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, forgive me. My name is Sonia, and I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
Okay, thanks, Tanya. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your flow.
That's okay. So I learned very quickly that if I was going to try to have a successful relationship, I couldn't start off my list all the times about what I didn't want, but I had to be very clear about what I did. And I think that even if you don't grow up with that, you can learn it by the people you surround yourself with. And I was fortunate to have some good guy friends, to meet people that had very good relationships and see how they interacted and see the things that were tangible, that really meant something to help me figure out what it was that I wanted. I want someone that can accept me for who I am, but in the thought process of improving, that can also, can let me know, hey, you're better than that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I also want
Absolutely.
someone that could appreciate the physicalness of everything, but see that as the icing and not the cake. And
right.
I think a lot of times, because men are so visual, there's some that are more mature than that, but I still find that a lot of people get so caught up on the physical, the outward, that they don't take the time to really invest and get to know that person on a deeper level. And so, and that's our fault if we go for that. And I used to go for that until I realized that, you know what, I'm going to keep getting the same thing. Even though I wasn't fishing with it, because I walk and you see that, but I wasn't fishing with that, but I kept getting the same, and I had to learn to say, okay, well, no, I got to hold standard. Why am I allowing them to spend time? Why am I continuously to spend time with these people if I know they don't see me?
Right. Insanity is what I call it, that whole thinking you're going to do to get something different and keep doing the same thing. So, Sonia, I appreciate your call, and thank you so much for calling in. We got about 4 more callers to get to in about 7 minutes. So thank you very, very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for the time.
All right, thank you. Okay, next we are going to go to area code 718. I believe that's a New York prefix. 718 area code. Okay, I don't know what happened to 718. They just hung up, so even though they've been waiting for 30 minutes. Right. Next, we are going to go to area code 848. 848 area code. You are live and on the air. Go right ahead. 848 area code. Going once, going twice. All right. We are going to go to the next caller. Next caller is area code 470. Area code 470. You are live and on the air. Go right ahead.
Hello. This is Brian.
Hello. Brian. Hey, Brian.
Yeah, man. Wow, this has really gotten good. The ladies, I think, really shared some things that was really insightful, about, again, the images that they saw of men and that they come up seeing, and what the examples of men that they had. And I think that's really definitely a big part of it, guys. Like I said, man, when a woman comes down to making a choice on what she sees in the ideal kind of man, as far as that, who she was raised by, like I said, who was in her life coming up, growing up as a young girl. And one of the sisters said something very important about guys being able to pour into them and be able to speak into their lives and be able to help them identify who they were as a woman and their worth and their value, and how important it is that they esteem themselves highly enough to not allow, themselves to get caught up with guys that didn't mean them any good, and that was not, good for them. You know what I mean? So they made some really good points on that,
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your call, Brian, and hope you keep listening to the show. Thank you and have a good evening, brother.
Thanks, definitely, brother. Appreciate it.
Oh, okay. We got 2 more calls. We're going to try to slide those in real quick. Area code 404, which I believe is Atlanta. 404, you are live and on the air. Go right ahead, please. Area code 404. Going once. Going twice. All right. We're going to try to take one more last call before we close up the show, and that is area code 832. 832, you are live and on the air. Go right ahead. 832? Nothing?
No. 832. I think we just took one. We took one from there. I don't know if it's the same.
Okay, cool. Okay, so what are your thoughts, Dan? I mean, we took a lot of calls today. So what are your thoughts overall?
Wow, we were hopping today. So I'm so happy the ladies were so open and shared some honesty and shared that they did get involved with bad boys and the lessons they learned. And the guys who talked about some of the consequences of women who get involved. So that, you know, the ladies shared that those consequences were actually correct. My analogy of practicing hitting the ball over the fence in tennis affected my game going forward. So that could affect a woman's game. But I want to add something else in it. May have been better to ask when the women were on the line. So if I take one woman named Jane, and I say, Jane, I have two rooms. In room A are the A-class guys, they're the good guys, and in room B are the bad boys, and they really don't have it together and don't have much to offer. There are some women, some Janes in the world, who may be interested in the room A guys, the good guys, but she's going to pick room B because she may think that she's so screwed up that when the guys in the A room find out how screwed up she is, they're going to abandon her. So she'll pick room B because those guys are always going to be worse off than her, and she can fix them, and they should be they should have a lot of respect and honor her because she helped them be better. And I would wonder how much frustration comes when they can't change the guy or he doesn't have the sort of gratitude that she thinks she should have. And I know guys have done that also, but we're just talking about women tonight. So the woman who picks the room B, the worst guys, because she doesn't think she's really good enough for the guys in room A. And Carell hit on that also.
Right. Can I interject something? Because like I said, we're coming to the last couple seconds of the show.
Sure.
I think what it is, and this is, I mean, that's a very good analogy, and we got literally 90 seconds before the show is over. But one of the things that I will say is, I think you're right. Women would probably pick the second room, mostly because in order to get to those guys in the A room, you have to be a certain caliber and standard yourself. And when you look at the certain caliber and standard of what those men choose of those women, you have to rise up. And rise up doesn't just mean, oh, I have a job and I'm in good shape. It's more than that. So that's it. So let's finish the show. We got less than 60 seconds to go. Give us your thoughts, and we'll get out of here.
Hey, I want to thank everyone who listened in. Thank you. I thank all the callers. This was a great. Apparently, this show is growing. I mean, we're getting more callers, more listeners. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much for all the callers. Thank you for the people who we had on, and just continue to keep listening. We have a show every Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. every Sunday evening. It's called Straight Talk. Love you all. Have an amazing week, and we will see you again same time next Sunday. God bless.
You got it. Thanks a lot, everyone. Take care. Everyone, take care. Everyone, take care. Everyone, take care.